Wildwood Live here in the Orange Room on a Thursday. What do we got? It is the 14th of January. Uh-oh, what's going on with this camera shot? God bless America. What is going on here? There's that shot. For some reason, the camera is defaulting to a zoomed position. Oh, that's just so fun. That is fun. Well, not really. That is fun. Holy cow. Hold on a second here, folks. Let me see what I got here. Maybe if I go... You know, we got a brand new high-end camera, and it's just being a little persnickety. I think Ryan's on the case as we speak. We'll get it figured out. The camera's battery is low. How did that happen? Did it get unplugged somehow? No. That's not possible. Oh, you know what? Life in high technology is always fun when you've got high technology. Saying the batteries, God only knows what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Now I'm back. Woo! You know what? These are good problems to have, ladies and gentlemen, but always an adventure. The guitar of the day is this Stratocaster, American Ultra Series Stratocaster with the HSS pickup scenario, humbucker, single coil. I'm just going to share this real quick with some music friends. Whoa, always an adventure. Wait, is this going? Are we on? We are streaming. We should be streaming. Am I right or am I right? I don't see it here, though. Unless my thing is deranged. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go here. Folks, how's it going out there? Can you see us? Ooh, it's early. That's a glorious sunburst there, right? It's not. Oh, what's going on now? A comedy of errors, ladies and gentlemen, is at hand. I don't see where this is being. Oh, here's Ryan. Ryan, what's happening?
Just so you know, Facebook is down with Restream right now, so that's why you're not getting that.
Oh. So we're on YouTube right now, but not on Facebook, folks.
That is correct. And the other thing is maybe we can just go to the pedals for a second and you can try to unplug the USB from the camera. We'll see if that keeps it from zooming in over and over again. So let's go to the pedals.
All right, let's go to the pedals. We got floor cam. We got that cam. And we've got this cam. That one seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, it's the A cam that's the problem more than anything. It keeps zooming in
for no apparent reason.
Automatically, yes. Hey, this is live TV.
Live television, ladies and gentlemen. Live television. So why do you think YouTube?
From the camera, actually.
Okay, let me try that. Folks, hold on just a second. We're troubleshooting. We're troubleshooting on live TV. We're troubleshooting. The USB one's the top one, right?
I think it's the bottom one.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep it unplugged?
Just unplug it.
All right. Okay. All right. How's that?
Let's hope that works. Thanks, Frank.
You know, some people think it's all caviar and sparkling mineral water, but it's so much more in depth here in Orange Room. All right, Ryan, thank you very much. So are we just not going to be live on Facebook then, or what do you what's going on? You think?
If Restream will hopefully fix the problem,
Crazy. YouTube's going to get the full power. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye. All right, folks. So there's that. Craziness. Crazy business. All right. Well, not that that's off-putting at all. Greetings from France. Well, greetings to you. Sounds good, looks good, or I like that kind of talk, Matty K. Matty K in the house. Matty K in the house. Folks, today is kind of a fun day. I've got this this delicious instrument. It is a American Ultra HSS Stratocaster. Gloss polyurethane, alder body. This one's 8.17 pounds. So you've got that going from you, which is nice. Exactly. 22 medium jumbo frets. Compound radius 10 to 14. The pickups, they have the noiseless, the Alt Deluxe noiseless pickups on this rascal with an ultra double tap humbucker in the bridge position. And what's interesting is it says the S1 switch adds neck pickup to any position. I think on the humbucker version, it's actually a coil tap. So let's just mess around a little bit, see what it sounds like. Is that all right? Let's do it. It's better than being in the doghouse. Might turn off this amp a skosh. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is everyone doing okay out there? Diggity dog it? Sounds good. These are these noiseless pickups on here. that bridge. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Middle position sounds good. That's that humbucker full on. I remember it by now. I'll tell you what, it's cool. So, folks, this is an Ultra Strat from Fender USA. I don't think Facebook's kicking in. Unfortunately, Restream is not kicking it out to Facebook today. So it's all of our YouTube friends are getting the gristle today, are getting it. It's got that recessed heel back here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's nice and See how comfy that is? It's beveled there, so you can go back here and play up here in the netherworld. Can you dig that? Sounds good. Now that's all the doggone amp for the overdrive. I tell you what, I put that OTS on with the overdrive boost on that second channel, and it sounds like the end of the world. And it sounds like the end of the world. So there is an S1 switch on this, and it's a coil tap, I believe. So if I'm over here on bridge pickup, this is full humbucker. Hit this button right here, and it becomes a... So then you got it. It does not auto split in two there, so if I have the up switch up, it's that humbucker split. If I put the button in, it does the... Yeah, it sounds good. Or... Sounds good. It's right out of the doggone box from Wildwood Guitars, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got Facebook is online. Praise the Lord. Sorry about that, folks. We had some skullduggery on all fronts, really. We had a camera that was doing an automatic zoom thing, was being kind of a knob. And then we were live and Restream somehow was only streaming on YouTube. But now we're on Facebooks. We're on Facebooks. Can you dig it? It sounds good. So that is with the coil-tapped bridge pickup with the middle pickup in that 2 position. So this has the noiseless pickups on it. Also got that ultra humbucker in the back. And there's a little S1 switch on that volume control, which allows me to go humbucker and backski. Oh my God! Here we are on Thursdays. What do we do on Thursdays? It's a Wildwood day, so then it's just me, and they send me guitars every week. And today's guitar is this Fender American Ultra Stratocaster. It's so exciting, and I dig it. It did finally go live, didn't it? Oh, look at that. Oh, that guitar sounds good. I just heard it online. It sounds good. I'm going to share this quick because I couldn't share it before. So, oh no, what do we got? You rascal. I'm going to share it here. I'm going to share it there. Share it here. What do we got here? What's doing strange things today? Today's a strange day. I'm just going to say we're kind of having a strange day here in the room. No, that's not it. So I'm going to go. Oh, shut up. Oh. Drake. So as I said, today's guitar is this Fender Ultra. I'm going to share it. Right post. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Boom. Shared it. Pow. I'm going to go over here. Right post. Get it. Group. The Crystal Kingdom. Post. Pow. Go over here. Right post. Boom. Pow. Pish. Cook Marshall Tree Home. There we go. All right, folks. Are we doing okay out there? How you doing? How you doing out there? Let's see. What do we got here? Some comments out there. Yes, I am. I am known as a talisman, but I did play Strats for many, many years. There's a good decade plus where I played Stratocasters on a variety of records. Of course, there was always a Tele in tow. But my main gigging guitar from, I'm going to say 93 to 98 or 2000 was primarily our friend, the Fender Stratocaster, with Mr. Wiggles, the tremolo arms. I can go schwannel. And I always had a Tele in tow, but I switched to full-on Telledom sometime in the 2000s. But that's just the way it rolls. But this guitar, again, a lot of people don't know. Maybe they know, maybe they don't. I've been doing videos for Wildwood guitars for about 10 years now. I usually go out to Louisville, Colorado, which is in Boulder County. And I'm out there for 4 days, and we shoot between 20, 25 videos a day. So roughly 100-ish guitars when I go out there. And then when you go to their website at Wildwood Guitars, which has this massive inventory of guitars with a lot of like specially tweaked guitars from various manufacturers, like they have their tweaked Gibson Les Pauls called the Wildwood Spec Les Paul, of which I am an owner of 2. Delicious. In the Fender world, they have things called the Wildwood 10s, 10-inch radius, 6105 frets, special pickups, quarter saw necks, that kind of stuff. I have 2 of those as well. So they have all these different guitars, and so I go out there and I play them. And then when you click on the icon of the guitar on their website, not only does it have all the different minutia of, the weight and all the, pickups, of course, and, all the various different things. For instance, there's a link to this very guitar on the information to this live stream on whatever format you're watching it on. You can click on there and go right to their site. Anyway, so there's usually an icon. You click on that, and then there I am playing the guitar. And then let's say if they have say like a Wildwood 1055 Telecaster, and they've got, 10 of them in different colors and so on and so forth, you can go back and forth between the different videos, and you can definitely hear the difference between the guitars and obviously see it in action as well. And it has been a very successful way for people to be able to adjudicate what guitar they want to get. And I'm playing, causing trouble, telling some jokes, as the case may be. So it's been groovy. Obviously, during COVID, we haven't been able to do that. So I haven't been able to go out to Colorado. I live in Wisconsin. So Wildwood sends me guitars every week. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central, I do these videos where I'll take a couple of the guitars and play them, kind of run them through their paces, talk a little bit about them, and then take some questions from the gang. Right now, through Restream, we're going on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and also on Wildwood's Facebook page, but also on YouTube. So we're on YouTube, Wildwood's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. So I see all the questions at the same time. So they get kind of, I try to get the questions as I see them. Someone asked if I played a Les Paul was ever my main guitar. A 335 was my main guitar for a period of time. I've always loved Les Pauls, and I've used them in the studio. There was a period of time where I was going, I think it was only a summer. I think it was the summer of 98. The summer of 98, my main gigging guitar was a Les Paul into a Marshall plexi. I would just haul that thing around all the outdoor events and plug that Les Paul right into that son of a gun and crank it up. And that was a glorious sound. But that only lasted a summer because obviously you get indoors and you can't have complete control. But it was a nice foray. As a matter of fact, 98, I came out with that record, Defenestrator, and there's a tune called Chief's Blues on there, which Guitar Player Magazine did a nice thing on that. So they were saying all the, trying to give a shout out to what they felt were significant blues performances, guitar performances over the years. And they picked that one, bless them, as one of them. Anyway, it was kind of funny about it is that I was in the studio recording. Actually, we were recording at this old church, and I had this Les Paul, and I plugged it into a Marshall, and it just sounded cool. I said, let's do a blues and A, and I made it up on the Spotsky. So that became the flavor of the next several months. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this guitar. It is an American Ultra Stratocaster. So, folks, back in the day when I had a, let's see, 2003-ish, I got what was called an American Deluxe Strat, which was kind of the forerunner of what these Ultras are, if I'm not mistaken. So basically what they are is like a tweaked modern Strat, American Strat. So this one has a compound radius, 10 to 14 inch. It also has this cool, as you can see on the back, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's got a contoured, I got to get the exact language right because they say it's very special. Well, it's a modern D neck, okay? Gloss polyurethane. They're calling this color Ultra Burst. It's bold talk, friends. Let's see what we got here. What are they calling that? I'm just going to call it, it's a contoured neck heel is what it is. So it kind of goes diagonal there, so it's very easy to kind of reach back here and play up here. I always used to make the joke when they first started doing this stuff with the contoured neck heel, I would say, well, now you can't make those faces when you're up here because before you were actually in pain because your hand was, the corner of the neck heel was going into your hand, and now it feels all comfy up there. So if you're looking like you're in pain and you're up there, you're faking it. Anyway, so it has these noiseless pickups on it, and it has a humbucker in back. It's got locking tuners. All right, so let's mess around a little bit. Yeah. So that's that humbucker all by itself. Here's going to the neck single coil, but it's actually that noiseless pickup. Bridge. Nice sound. Position. sounds good. Question is, did you ever play an original Elite Fender Series Strats or Tellys back in the day? Had the mid boost, the Clapton. I never had one of those Ultras back in the day. I had a Strat Plus when they first came out with the lace sensors on it. I had it in Fiesta Red, as a matter of fact. I had a Clapton Strat too. I've had a couple of them over the years. I don't have one currently. I actually want another one. But man, it sounds good. Add a little bit of heat from the amp. It sounds good. The neck feels great. It's a D. They said it's a D-shaped neck. I'll tell you what, it's very, very comfy. All the way up and down. The neck heel to the... And it's a compound radius, so it's 10 to 14 up here. Daniel says, hi, Greg. What is the 4 chord of Welch's Grape? Ooh, you rascal. Well, it starts off C sharp 7, sharp 9. Change the bass note there to G at G13. Take that whole thing down a half step. F sharp 13. E13. D9. And repeat. Good for you. It's good for you. That song's in C sharp. You know, a lot of Hendrix tunes are in C sharp for some reason because you can jangle those top 2 strings and it sounds great. Like, what's that tune? That tune is called Welch's Grape off of a record of mine called Unrepentant. We also do quite a bit with the Koch Marshall Trio. It's on the various live streams. You can see all those on YouTube. I'm going straight into the amp. I do have a delay pedal going through the effects loop. So the amp I'm using is my Koch amplifier, this Blue Beast that you see over here. My signature amp with Koch. Same last name, although we are not related, but I do have a signature amp with them, which we called the Greg. Kind of makes sense. And they are available at Wildwood Guitars, who, of course, is sponsoring this mighty broadcast, whose guitar this belongs to. Whose guitar this belongs to? Sometimes English is hard. Anyway, so Stratocaster Ultra is the guitar of the day with that humbucker in back. I think it sounds great. The setup's pretty good. Scott asked how the setup was. This is literally right out of the box. It's pretty daggone good. That's all on the amp, folks. Which album is Succulents on? That's going to be on the new one coming out in March, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Michael Rehow, what's going down? Play Picked On. Oh, that's a hard one. Remember it. That song's a little painful to play. Cool lick though. That's from a record I did a while back called, the record's called From the Attic, Greg Koch Trio, From the Attic, and that tune's called Picked On. And it's a song that picks on the player that has to play it because it is unfortunately hard. But we got to work that up with the trio one of these days. Paris Ortiz, how's it going, Paris? Said, I've had my eye on an Ultra. Having played C-necks my whole life, how does the D-neck compare? You know what? It's just comfy. I don't really see it as all that much different from a C. I mean, it's just comfortable to play. I don't think if you were a C player and you played this that you would be disappointed. Let me put it that way. It's very comfy, though. Not real big, and it's very easy, very even from the bottom here up to the top. Yeah, and this is right out of the box too with 10s on it, and it feels great. That's a good sound right there, by God. Sounds great. I'd take it right now and run for the hills is what I would do. And again, it's right out of the doggone box. Fender American Ultra Series. Locking tuners, contoured neck heel, noiseless pickups, compound radius, modern D-neck with tapered heel. That's what they call it, the tapered heel. Oh, a little Easy Rider. Ooh, you're a rascal. Oh. right? Yeah. That's a tongue twister. Boom, boo, doo, ga, dee. Right, that Isabella. Ooh, to the ladder end. And then it goes, what are the Sweet Tea intro chords, please? My favorite tune of yours. Thanks for posting all these videos. Oh, thank you. Sweet Tea, it goes... It's that C9 that I'm bending up a half step. Guitar sounds good. I'm going to tell you that right now. That 4 position is delicious. There you go. Hi, Greg. How are you? I'm well, thank you. How you doing? Can you dig it? All right, folks, this again. Do a little close-up on it if we could, see what happens. Yeah, I got to go over here. Been having some crazy activities today. There you go. That looks pretty good. That's a nice little shot. Whoa. That's a little song called JSK from back in the day. Whoa, that rhymed. JSK. That was on the old 4 Days in the South record. But that's always a fun one to play in the 2 position of a Strat. And man, this one sounds good. Yeah, the link is up above or down below, depending on what format you're watching. That 4 position or that 2 position sounds great, doesn't it? I think we just saw Dylan lurking in the back there. Sounds good. Dylan James, what's going on, Daddy-O? The people say hello to you. They saw you walking in. He says hello right back to all of you. You've written a ton of guitar books. Where should I start? Well, Colin, that depends on Sleep Tight. That one's this one. Anyways, the books-wise, it depends on where you're at as a musician. If you've been playing for a while and you're primarily a pentatonic player and you want to learn some of that chicken picking stuff and vibrato and pedal steel licks and so on and so forth, I have a book called Guitar Clues Operation Pentatonic. I find myself referencing that book quite a bit during the lessons because there's just ways of utilizing the minor pentatonic scale with the added flatted fifth to get the blues scale, and then the major pentatonic that you add the added flatted third in there to get a little extra. Some people call that the soul scale or the boogie scale. They use different things for it. Anyways, I just take those basic scales, but I add different ways of looking at them intervallically with vibrato, with bends, with chicken picks versus open string pull-offs. And then I have little sampled improvisations using these different things. And then also the chordal stuff that I use for the sample improvisations is also transcribed in that book. So it comes with a book of transcriptions and descriptions, of course, of what I'm doing. Descriptions and transcriptions. And it was a CD with it, but now there's just a code on there that you download the audio. But all that stuff is available on my website. There's a standard tuning slide book I came out with. The most recent book that came out was the Brave New Blues, where I kind of conjoined various different players together in the brain. So I got like a jam with what if Jimmy Page and Johnny Winter were the same guy, and at one minute they had Tourette's kind of going back and forth, or they were schizoid going between one of the other. It's filled with those types of things. Kind of fun. There's a video that goes along with that as well. But anyway. Questions out there. How do you, can you show some country stuff on a Strat? A lot of times when I'm doing country stuff on a Strat, like this guitar that comes with the bridge that's floating, I'll always keep my palm on the bridge. So if I do any kind of, I don't want to go out of tune with that song. So on and so forth. Yes, exactly. Lil Wayne is the greatest guitar player ever. Okay, Jack. A Lil Wayne in the house. H is a B flat, as I recall. If I recall correctly. Have I ever written a country song? Oh, certainly I have. Smack dab in the middle is one of them. It's hard to sing and play at the same time, but the songs, the lyrics. Now you say you're happy. I say you got a short memory. That's the first line. I always loved that line. I took that line from our buddy, our bass player at the time, Kevin Muschel. He said he had a college professor that used to say that all the time. He'd come into the classroom and the students were talking to each other, laughing and joking. He'd come in and goes, "Oh, now you're laughing. You must have a short memory." I thought that was funny. So I took it and used it in the song. Hey, Greg. A bunch of you are wondering when the next KMT stream is scheduled for. Well, we just had one on Saturday, so 2 weeks from then. Although I'm doing, Dylan and I are doing a live stream on that Together website on Saturday night, and that's more of an interactive thing where you can go on screen. I'll post the details for that, but it's 2gtr.co. And what's cool about it is that we do our thing, we see questions, but we can also bring you on screen. Some people don't want to be on screen, other people do. And you can come on screen and go, "Hey, what's going on?" Sometimes it's fun to see a lot of the people's names I see out here on the internet. Well, now you can actually tune in. You raise your hand virtually, and then I click on you, and you can come on. So I can get up to 3 people at a time on screen. Fortunately, no one has done anything strange while they've been visible, which is always a fun thing. But that's on Saturday night at 5 p.m. No, KMT was this past Saturday. So it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook as well. We were at 5 p.m. this past Saturday. So we'll be on in another 2 weeks. Yeah. What is my favorite meal? I'm just going to say yes with that, friends. I do not know the guitarist Giannis Spathaus. I'll check him out. So a week from Saturday. That's correct. A week from Saturday, correct. Let's see, what else? Yes is the correct answer. You're right. Mike Masters says, last Saturday's show was outstanding. Thank you very much. It was fun. Greg, when there will be the third Koch signature amp in between the Greg and the one channel amp? We're waiting to see when those are going to be out. So the one that's in between the little guy back here in my normal 210-inch version will be a single 12-inch combo that will have the 2-channel features of what's on the Blue amp, but it will not have the OTS feature. It will not have the harmonic vibrato. Other than that, it will have the 2 channels with the boost feature on the second channel. So a lot of the same tonal goodness. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the Big Greg. And that amp's going to be called the Greg Jr. And then this little amp back here, single channel jobber, that's going to be called the Little Gristle. The Little Gristle, can you dig it? Does it have a talent knob? It does indeed. Leon asks, how many guitars do I own? That I don't know. It always seems to lurk around 30. It hits a wall at 30, and they just kind of disappear and some reappear. I'm going to go with 30. Everyone needs a little gristle. You doggone right they do. Greg, how many different Leslie type rotating speaker emulators have you tried, and what's your favorite? That's an excellent question. Well, it started off back in the day where I would use a TC Electronics Chorus, and that's still what Roscoe Beck uses when he does his Leslie type thing, when he does his tapping, where it sounds like it's a Leslie. It sounds like an organ player. It's awesome. So that's what I used to use for I would just set the rate high and use the chorus on there, and it actually sounded like a Leslie-ish type of thing. And then I started using a Korg G4 back in the 90s. And I bought 2 of those rascals, so I would always have one. Cool thing. It was about this big. And I used that for quite a time. Then I stopped using it, and I believe I encountered the friendly neighborhood Hughes and Kettner Rotosphere which I enjoyed. I liked the fast sound on there, but the slow sound didn't quite do it for me. And then I came across the Neo Instruments ventilator, and that is my favorite. There are other ones that sound good too. The Roland one sounds pretty good. The Boss one, I mean. But there's something about the ventilator. The slow sound sounds good. And then you speed it up and it sounds great. The Hammond one's pretty decent. The Hammond one does the fast speed pretty well. It's getting the slow speed to sound natural in a guitar-y type of way, as I've found is an interesting thing. So when I do use one, I use the Neo Instruments ventilator or the little vent. They do sell those at Wildwood as well, because I used to use them in the video. And then people are like, what are you using? That's the Neo Instruments ventilator. So they definitely have them there. The bigger vent Neo Instruments ventilator has a little bit more bells and whistles on it and control. But the little one's real simple. It's got an on, off, and a fast and slow. And that's arguably all you need. The ventilator is made, Neo Instruments, Neo Instruments is made in Deutschland, in Germany. It's actually distributed by our friends in Chicago who used to own the Gand Music. Gand still has a distribution company, and they distribute that pedal amongst other things. But Wildwood does have them. So if you called up our friends at Wildwood and said, hey, bros, I want a ventilator, the Neo Instruments ventilator, they said, we have those in stock. We can set you up. If you would wake up as a longtime guitarist of a great band, what band would it be? That's an interesting question, Doug. I just always wanted to have my own band and have my own tunes. So I just want to be in my own band, but be able to play all the time, which I do anyway. I'm not going to complain. So, I always want to have my own band, write my own tunes, do my own thing, and I've pretty much done that. There have been times where, well, what if I did this? And you're like, no, just do your thing and shut up. So there's been times where I've done more instrumental stuff, sometimes where I've done more vocal stuff. So now I do kind of a combination depending on what mood I'm in. And there you have it. There's a lot of songs in the arsenal at this point. And with the trio, that's kind of my favorite template that I've probably ever had because it covers the most bases. Able to kind of dance between all the different sojourns of rock, funk, blues infused, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of chicken pickety stuff in there. So the trio with Dylan and with Toby kind of allows me to dance around all that other stuff and while keeping it totally groovy. And then, of course, Toby is a demonic instrumentalist of his own right in terms of soloing. My favorite Strat years, I have a tendency to like 50s-oriented Strats. So I like ash bodies and maple necks usually, but I don't mind alder bodies and rosewood necks. So, but I have a tendency to like the sparkle and spank of ash and rosewood. Yeah, Dylan, my son, the drummer. Yes. Should I sell my Vibrolux and get a Greg? Oh, Tim. Well, let's put it this way. I have still 2 Vibroluxes, and I have not really played them in a long time. Oh, they're great amps, my custom Vibroluxes. The Greg kind of does it all. Like I'm in here doing this stuff in the room, whether I'm playing with a band or doing this stuff by myself. It sounds good clean. It sounds good kind of dirty. It sounds good a little dirtier. And then I hit that OTS and it just does. I mean, it does everything I need an amp to do. Other people might have other needs and so on and so forth. But certainly for what I do, this amp is much more useful to me than a Vibrolux. Vibroluxes sound great and they're good at a certain thing, but I need to cover a lot of different grounds, and it's not compromising with anything. It's like it sounds great at everything it does. So that's why, and I'm so pleased it has my name on it. It's kind of one of those things like, yeah, it's a great amp. I wish everyone could buy one, and of course that would be a windfall financially, but I'm just glad I can get one, and it sounds great. So there you have it. Do you spend more time playing since the plague began or about the same? You know, Mark, I always play. So it's, I don't know, it's probably the same-ish, maybe a little bit more because I think it's probably more because I end up having to do 4 full-on live streams a week for sure, and then usually an additional fifth one on the weekend. So just those things in general is more playing because I'm practicing anyways and kind of noodling around anyway. So those add like things where I have to be playing during the week X amount of time. So that does, I would say probably more. I'm playing more during this COVID situation. Less time traveling. That is correct. Do you think more guitarists should develop a twisted sense of humor? Well, Simon, that is up to the end user. I certainly find that humor has kept me sane in a business that is, well, I see the humor in it, so therefore it's all good. If I didn't see the humor, I might be a little more grouchy. All right. Can you tell us about the picture behind you? You mean this one right here? So this one, a buddy of mine, Paul Stewart, who got a hold of me through Twitter, I think initially, he said, "Hey, I'm a graphic designer up here in Scotland, and I made a poster for you. Do you mind if I send it to you?" I said, "Have at it." So I think he sent it to Wildwood, and then Wildwood sent it to me, and I got this poster, and it just looked so awesome because, as you can see, it's like the top of my hat. It says Koch Marshall Trio and Gristle We Trust. Beautiful. So we framed that and put it right in here. We might sell those posters too. I just haven't gotten around to figuring out how to do that best. But we also made a T-shirt based on one of Paul's designs as well. And my wife's a graphic designer, and she usually is, she has a critical eye. Let's just put it that way. And she saw Paul's stuff. She thought, this stuff is great. So we thank Paul for that. Paul Stewart, ladies and gentlemen, made that delicious poster for us. So if we made those available, would you want one of those, people? Would you want one? If we sold those posters, would you be into it? I think they look cool. It says Koch Marshall Trio. Underneath it says our names, and then it says, "In Gristle We Trust." Listen, folks, that about does it. It is 4:20. I went a little bit late today. Of course, I had to go a little bit later because we started kind of weird today. Today was kind of a weird one because Restream, which is what takes our signal from OBS, where we merge the audio and the video, goes out through Restream, which simultaneously posts it on Facebook and YouTube to multiple sites. And for whatever reason, today when we started, it was going out on YouTube, but I think it took about 20 minutes or so to kick in into Facebook. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a glorious remainder of your Thursday night, right? Relatively easy night. I think I have, one Skype lesson scheduled for tonight. That's nice. And then I'm going to sleep a great sleep. I don't know about y'all, but it gets to be about bedtime, and it's like one of the happiest times of the day. Am I right? Or is that just an over 50 thing? It's like you actually get excited. It's like, oh my, it's almost time. It's almost time to go to bed. Now, younger people might be saying, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to party. I want to live. I want to taste it all. Well, there's plenty of tasting going on all day long. But when it comes time for bed, I'm like, I want to taste a little bit of that pillow. Now I'm going to go deep, deep into slumberland. Who's with me out there? Over 70. Oh, it's good to sleep. Am I right? Nothing wrong with it. You wake up, put a little coffee on, grab a guitar in the morning. That's my favorite as well. Guitar sounds good. All right, folks, have a good one. We'll see you later. Hey, what clip-on tuners do I use? I use a Snark. There's also a couple of Fishman tuners that I have. The Fishman tuners, the FT2. I get them and then use them until I lose them and then get more. I don't usually like using foot tuners because it's just another thing. Because usually I don't use any pedals. And just to have another thing on the ground is a pain in the butt. Plus, it's a long way down for Drade to see that. This is right up here with my big old head. Tell your wife to knit me one of those hats. Dude, you can get it from my website. The gal that makes them, we order a bunch of them. We sell them through my website at gregkoch.com. We can get all the different colors I have are available. We just ordered a bunch more too. So you go to gregkoch.com, you click on the shop, and you scroll down until you see apparel, and then boom, the hats are available for your listening and dining pleasure. All right, we'll see you later.